Sportex. Subscribe now.
UFC 218 cheat sheet, Alistair Overeem vs Francis Ngannou. The UFC hits Little Caesars Arena in Detroit this weekend for a UFC 218 pay-per-view event. Original plans called for a featherweight title fight between Max Holloway and Frankie Edgar, but Edgar was forced to pull out due to injury. In steps former champ Jose Aldo, who lost the title to Holloway 5 months ago. The Brazilian great will attempt to make the most of an immediate rematch, which he felt he deserved anyway. In the co-main event, veteran heavyweight Alistair Overeem will try to solidify a future title shot as he takes on rising contender Francis Ngannou. ESPN's cheat sheets are here to break down Saturday's storylines and predict the winner for this UFC 218 fight. Alistair Overeem, 43-15, vs Francis Ngannou, 10-1, heavyweight. Odds: Ngannou -270, Overeem +230. Saturday's co-main event is one of the most anticipated heavyweight fights of the year, and, apparently, the UFC is already formulating plans for the winner. The matchup certainly looks like a #1 contender fight on paper, and with defending champion Stipe Miocic expected to return early next year, the winner might be looking at a quick turnaround. "They actually have told me they want the winner to fight for the belt," said Overeem, regarding communications with UFC executives. "Rather soon, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to say a date, but it's very soon." My reaction was whatever. I'm focused on the hurdle in front of me. A quick turnaround would depend on health, how I feel after this fight. So there's no sense to talk about it now. Ngannou, who had a fight fall through in September and hasn't fought in 10 months, also said a quick turnaround would depend primarily on health. "I'm ready," Ngannou said. "I've been out a long time, so now I'm ready. If I get through this fight without injury, I will be ready to step in. It doesn't matter how long, maybe weeks." A heavyweight title shot is obvious motivation for both, although, listening to each of them, it's clear they are self-motivated heavyweights. For Overeem, 37, Saturday will mark his 60th professional MMA fight, on top of a professional kickboxing career. And in all that time, he says he's never felt flat in terms of passion on fight night. "I'm an aggressive bastard in the end," Overeem said. "If you're a fighter, you need to have that. This is a sport, it's regulated, but I am also thinking about what I'm going to do to the other guy. And what I'm going to do to him is I'm going to hurt him. I don't want to kill him. I don't want to hurt him permanently. But I want to attain the most beautiful knockout or submission possible. And for that, you have to be a little mean, have a little ego, and you have to be a little selfish." And for Ngannou, motivation is the easiest part of fighting professionally. The 31-year-old rose from a life of poverty in his native Cameroon in France. "My strength and power is all about my mind," Ngannou said. "When I look back on where I'm from, my family, it's kind of scary. I don't want my kids, my son, to live the same thing I live. I hope that I can give to my mom and she will be proud of me. She gave all she had for us. That is my motivation."